Welcome to Norfolk Botanical Garden's Butterfly House. I'm just going to talk real briefly about some of the things that are happening in here. We have everything in the house to handle the full life cycle of the butterflies that we bring in the house. So we take care of their needs for nectar, we take care of their needs to lay eggs, and then we take care of their needs for becoming a chrysalis to emerge a brand new butterfly, which is your life cycle of the butterfly. I want to share one thing with you that's very, very basic, and if you remember this, most things will make sense. Butterflies drink, which is nectaring, and caterpillars eat. Neither one of them do the other. That is it. So if you think about a caterpillar, it needs food to eat, which is the leaves that they eat on. Butterflies are very specific as to where they will lay their eggs. They only lay on their host plants. So it's usually within one species of a plant, like all milkweeds are host foods for the monarch butterfly. So that's, it's one of the things, if you can understand the needs of a butterfly, then you've got this down pat. Okay, so what we have here, you'll see right in this plant right here, we've got caterpillars eating. This is fennel, and this is the black swallowtail. Even if you did not know what the black swallowtail looks like, you would say, oh, that's fennel, that must be a black swallowtail, because that's the only one in our area that will lay on that plant. The only exception would be, okay, so you see a lot of butterfly activity. If they're on a flower, they're nectaring, which means the butterflies are drinking. If you see the butterflies tapping down on the different greens and just tapping down on this leaf and another leaf, they are hunting for their host food, a place to be able to lay eggs. And that's what they'll be doing. See, when you're raising butterflies, you're going to have plants that don't look so good because they've been eaten by the caterpillars. And for me, having a butterfly garden in the butterfly house, to me that's a success, because that means the plants that I brought in is what they've needed, and they've been able to eat from it and to continue their life cycle. So over here, okay, so you've got this tired looking butterfly. He's just nectaring. This one was nectaring, which means they're drinking from the flower. They have a very long proboscis, which is kind of like a tongue. Well, it's actually like a straw. And they dip that into the flower. You see it's dipping into each individual flower and getting the nectar, the food that they need. And he's not done yet.
Hi, we're at the Butterfly House, and we are going to go ahead and do an activity that talks about pollination. Butterflies are really important, and the one main thing that they do is pollinate our flowers. And a lot of people hear that word, but they're unsure exactly what that means. So we're going to do an activity so we can show what happens during pollination. So we've got some flowers cut out. You can cut them out of construction paper, different color paper, anything that you have at home will work. And we have some chalk. So you want to get chalk of lots of different colors, and you want to color the center of your flower nicely all over the place. Make sure you get a lot of chalk on there. So you can color one color. I'm putting some yellow on this pink flower, and then you can use another color for a different flower. We've got red on here. And then you can take a cotton ball, or if you have one of those little fun pom-poms at home, you can use that. And this is going to be your pollinator. Well, now we think of butterflies as pollinators. Bees are pollinators. Hummingbirds are pollinators. Bats can be pollinators. Lots of different animals can be pollinators. People are pollinators. And what happens is our pollinator gets hungry, goes over to the flower, and takes a nice sip, sucks all of that pollen up, and now the pollinator is hungry. Our butterfly needs something else to eat. It just had a snack. It's hungry again. It happens, doesn't it? Goes over to our next flower, and the pollen that was on our first flower gets mixed in with the pollen from our second flower. And you can see we have some red or pink on here and a little bit of yellow, and our pollen starts to mix together. And that's how our plants can make seeds. And some of them actually grow different types of fruit for us. Fruits like watermelon and strawberries and apples and all sorts of yummy things that we like to eat. So without pollinators, we wouldn't have anything to eat, and that would be pretty sad. So So this is definitely something that you can do at home, and you can use as many different colors as you like, and you can also get all of your family members involved as well to be different pollinators in your garden.